Special edition of KSLA News 12 and News 12 Online, and we are partnering with the YMCA for your Best Life Wellness Expo, and it's our first one we've ever done, and so we're really excited about it. We've been talking to some guests, so far this morning.
Yeah.
Chris DeMersion is joining us now.
Yes.
And so
Glad to be here.
There's a lot of stuff going on here today, and we are joined now by Jaschandria
Jaschandria
Bell, and you are the owner and founder of It's a Beautiful Mind Consulting, and so tell us a little bit about what is this? What is A Beautiful Mind?
So It's a Beautiful Mind Consultants is actually a mental health medication management clinic. So it's a private practice where I provide care for individuals that are suffering with mental illness, and I manage their medications.
That's very
Now, we all know June is men's health month across
Yes.
the country. Men suffer through various ailments, especially mental, in the last few years.
Right.
Breaking the stigma of mental health. What kind of questions are you answering? What kind of questions are you asked throughout Men's Health Month?
Well, a lot of times in Men's Health Month is, as you know, men have this stigma of, you have to be strong, we have to be, the leader, the covering, and all that different things. So a lot of times when it comes to men, they don't ask the questions because they have been taught to suffer in silence. If you cry, that means you're weak. If you say something is wrong, that means you're not strong enough. And so that's one thing that I'm highlighting this month is men mental health awareness, because I want to reach those men that most people have forgotten. Those men that are maybe single dads and they are suffering, or those men that have mental illness and different things that happen in their life that change the trajectory of their life, that has caused them not to be present as a father. So I'm trying to do different things, partner with different companies so that we can honor those men with like a men's Father's Day basket. So I'm looking at homeless men that are in transitional homes and different things like that.
And on a personal note, what made you decide to participate today?
I was very excited when I received the email from Ms. Davis about participating. I was like, wow, this will be an opportunity not only to be involved in the community, but to allow the community to know what's available and what I have to offer. So I was just really excited to do this.
Now, you're doing this for quite a long time. What is this industry, what does mental health and wellness mean to you personally?
Well, personally, mental health, it is a personal journey, because at the end of the day, I have family members that have suffered with mental illness and drug abuse, and I feel like coming from a background, I served in the military, so I've had issues with trauma and different things like that, and I just felt like if I can get the healing, then I want other people to know they can get the healing too.
And, so I was going to say, what do you give your clients as tools to kind of use forward as, once they're done with the sessions or whatever, just to use forward in the rest of their lives?
So what I usually do is, if it's a client that really needs like psychotherapy, I will refer them out to a licensed professional counselor, because that's a lifelong journey. I also encourage them to do self-care. I encourage them to look within themselves and set boundaries. A lot of times when we're dealing with mental illness and people don't realize their own boundaries. And so I try to help them do that, and I'm always available, because I let them know even if our session is over, your care never ends. So they know how to reach me. I'm able to communicate with them and motivate them in any way that they may need.
And I feel like since you have some of that firsthand experience with this in your past, it kind of helps you kind of relate, more to your clients.
Exactly, and it helps the clients take down those barriers when they realize it's someone sitting in front of them that not only look like them, but have also went through some of the things, and sitting there showing them that, look where I am. I'm here because I did the work. And so that gives them motivation to keep going, and that allows them to trust me even more.
Do you have an example of, in your years of doing this, do you have an example or success story of helping men in their mental health journey?
Oh, definitely. I've had situations where I used to work in, I did a lot of chemical dependency in a previous job. And so in this job that I'm in now, I've been able to deal with a lot of men that have suffered with like chemical dependency and have suffered with schizophrenia quietly, not having an idea.
Wow.
And they would come in and say, hey, my wife said, and then I would come in and they would see me, and I would literally start them on medicine. In like 3 to 6 months, you start seeing things change. Things at work begin to change. Relationships begin to mend. They're able to hold down a job. They're building their family back up again. So yes, I've had several success stories like that.
Wow. And what are some things people could do, starting today to start to improve their mental health?
I would say the first thing that you have to do is identify first that you know you have a problem. Listen to those people that are around you, because they see what you don't see. So when they're able to identify what's going on, don't take it as an attack. Take it as a way, you know what, I've heard this too many times. I might need to get some help. So I think the first step is just reaching out, calling someone. Call me. Reach out and let someone know what is going on. And that's just the first step, is just identifying it.
Wow.
If you could leave the audience today with, I guess, a powerful message on mental health. What's one thing you really want to hammer home
Okay.
throughout the course of today here at the Health and Wellness Expo at the YMCA?
Okay. One thing I would like to leave with individuals is that mental health is not the plague. Mental health is just like any other disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol. It is something that needs to be treated. It is something that we need to identify, and don't be afraid to step up because you're not by yourself. You have a lot of people that are standing beside you that are here to help and to support. So don't ever feel embarrassed about being strong enough to seek help.
And I think it's the biggest thing when it comes to anything mental health related is people are just embarrassed, and they shouldn't be.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And so if somebody, this goes from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock today, so you have a booth set up back there?
I
you said?
do, yes.
So
I
someone
have a
just-
booth set up. We have a lot of information out there. Just a lot of stuff that's out there. If after 2 o'clock, if someone needs to reach me, I'm located right here on Ninth Street, right down the
Right down
road
the street.
here, 2924 Ninth Street, Suite 319, and they can always call the office, 318-218-5763.
Awesome. And
Awesome.
Then I think this is a good event today for
Yeah.
people because, you know,
Yes.
if they might not normally come to you, they could just
Right.
stop by here real fast and
Exactly.
it's like the street,
Grab
just kinda,
Exactly. Grab some information, scan a barcode. No one even have to know you did it.
There you go.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And we'll be
you.
right back after this.